Dave thought he was doing everything right. He worked a regular job, made decent money, and had big dreams of building real wealth. But every Tuesday night, he'd stare at his mobile banking app with a familiar, sinking feeling. The balance was nearly zero. He wasn't mismanaging major bills, and his rent hadn't suddenly gone up. Yet the money was just gone. If you've ever looked at your own account and wondered where the leak is, yeah, same. Most people think they need a higher salary to fix this frustration. They don't. They just need to understand how the trap is built. Every single month, Dave promised himself that things would change. Next month will be different, he'd say. For real. Except it never was. It didn't happen in January. It didn't happen in February. And it wasn't going to magically fix itself by December either. He was trapped in a continuous cycle of passive bleeding, and he didn't even know it because he was moving through his days entirely on autopilot. Here is what Dave's routine actually looked like. Every morning, he grabbed a $6 premium coffee on his way to the office because it made him feel good. At midday, he ordered a $20 takeout lunch via a delivery app with his coworkers because cooking felt like too much effort. After a long day of work, he would lie on his couch and scroll through shopping apps, buying random gadgets because he felt like he deserved a little treat. Those small moments felt completely harmless at the time. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. That's nothing, right? Wrong. That's a massive financial blind spot. If you do the actual math, Dave was bleeding cash. Let's break down the data. 20 premium coffees a month is $120. 20 takeout lunches is $400. 3 or 4 random online impulse buys adds another $150. That is $670 every single month vanished into thin air. Over a year, that is over $8,000 gone. $8,000. That's literally a luxury vacation or a massive chunk of an emergency fund left on the table. But Dave couldn't see the pattern. He was too caught up in the short-term comfort of his daily habits. He was waiting for a massive windfall or a promotion to miraculously align his bank account around his lifestyle. But life doesn't work that way. One evening, Dave finally sat at his kitchen table and did a strict 48-hour audit of his financial statements. He pulled up the last 3 months of digital transactions. No filtering, no hiding. Just the raw, ugly numbers staring straight back at him. And that's when he saw it. He wasn't broke because life was inherently unfair. He was broke because he was giving away his financial power in tiny, unnoticeable increments. He was handing his future wealth out like free samples to coffee shops, delivery algorithms, and tech platforms. He found his problem. We live in an era specifically engineered to make you spend effortlessly. Companies spend billions of dollars studying human psychology just to make clicking the Buy Now button feel completely frictionless. Subscription services renew quietly in the background without a sound. Delivery apps save your card details so you can authorize a purchase in 3 fast taps. Targeted ads show you exactly what you want to see the moment you open your phone. Technology isn't the enemy here. You are. Your phone is a tool, but if you let it dictate your spending habits, your wallet becomes a joke. The rough reality is that big financial goals are completely useless without systems. Saying, "I want to be rich," is cute. But what is your actual framework? Are you actively tracking your expenses, or are you just hoping your bank account balances itself like magic? Dave realized that his big financial dreams were just a fantasy because he didn't have a plan to protect his capital. He needed a boring routine that actually got results. So Dave decided to use a specific framework to kill the procrastination around his money. He implemented the 3-tier rule. Every morning, before spending a single dollar, he asked himself one question. Is this expense a must, a should, or a could? A must is non-negotiable. Rent, groceries, utilities. A should is something that genuinely improves his life, but isn't a survival requirement, like a gym membership or an educational platform. A could is pure luxury. The random automated subscriptions, the convenience apps, the daily premium coffees. That's it. One question. 3 buckets. He started small. He didn't cut out every single thing he enjoyed because that would cause immediate system burnout. Instead, he chose one target, the takeout food. He decided to meal prep his lunches for just 1 week. He spent 2 hours on Sunday cooking basic, simple meals. It was boring. It was repetitive. It wasn't exciting. But when Monday lunch came around, instead of opening a delivery app and spending $20, he just opened his container. He broke the friction. By the end of the first month, Dave checked his balance. For the first time in 3 years, there was money left over. Not $1 million, but $400 that hadn't vanished into the void. Seeing that number created an instant hit of dopamine in his brain. Action created confidence. He realized that saving money didn't mean suffering. It meant taking control. He wasn't a passive victim of a low salary anymore. He was an active participant in his own wealth creation. Of course, the temptation didn't disappear overnight. His brain kept offering him the easier option to seek comfort. It told him he was tired, that he had a hard day at work, and that he deserved to order a massive pizza. But Dave ignored the noise. He understood that discipline is built one small decision at a time. He moved his banking apps off his home screen to create digital friction. He put his credit cards in a drawer in another room. He designed his environment so that the default choice was the productive choice. Most people fail to build wealth because they are terrified of imperfection. They think that if they accidentally buy a coffee or split an expensive dinner with friends, the whole system is broken. So they give up entirely. Perfectionism is just fear disguised as excellence. Dave wasn't perfect. He still had days where he spent money on things he didn't need, but he didn't let one bad day turn into a bad month. He acknowledged the setback, forgave himself, and got right back on track to build consistency. You are not poor because of bad luck, and you are not incapable of building real wealth. Your money habits are just stuck in a deep pattern, and patterns can be changed. You don't need an expensive financial advisor, a massive inheritance, or an incredibly complex software system to win. You just need to stop waiting for motivation and start creating structure. Take a look at your account today. Identify the one tiny leak that is draining your energy and your future cash. Cut it out. Because you didn't just save a few dollars today, you actually owned it. You broke the trap. Now go.